Yo guys, what is going on? It is Savage here. Today I'm going to be coming at you with an offensive money play in the Cincinnati Bengals offensive playbook. Now this is not in my ebook. This is a brand new play that I've been just kind of spamming. Works really well against people that are trying to send those little glitchy little blitzes at you off the edge. So this play kind of counteracts it. Now this is the exact same play that's in the Steelers book, except in the Steelers book it's under split close. In the Bengals book it's called split slot, where it's literally split close except everybody's spread out, and instead of the running backs being like a couple yards in front and outside of the quarterback, they're literally just in line with the quarterback. So can we get 75 likes on this? I always ask for the tips to get likes in the beginning because I just know they're going to work for you, and I'm going to show you how to exploit all sorts of coverages with this play. It's PAF slide. Now you guys remember this from the Steelers book. If you've been a veteran with the Savage Squad, watch. All you do is you put the running back to the left side of you on a swing to the left. So you simply double tap triangle or Y, and then your right stick, you just fling that to the left, and he goes on this route. You hike the ball. Now, this is against the cover 2, and look at that. We are just 5 yards. Now, just imagine if your opponent just kind of just not really knows what's going on, you can just keep going, and you can just pick up 4 or 5 yards at a time. That's good. You got to remember that you're not trying to just get one big play at a time. That's not the goal in football. No football team is just like, I want to get down the field on one play. You want to try to dink and dunk, and of course, you can throw at the triangle too, but he's going to start a little bit farther behind the line of scrimmage, but normally that's the better running back of the two because your backup running back lines up on the right. So if you have a lot of like faith in your starter running back like Le'Veon Bell, I can throw it behind the line of scrimmage and expect him to get just as many yards as D'Angelo Williams. Now this is against the cover 2. Those are your 2 checkdowns. I want to show you what happens. This is a little bit longer in the play. You can kind of just, try to time it across the middle right there. Marcus Wheaton just couldn't come down with it. I thought it was a great ball by Ben. But you also do have a comeback route over there to Antonio Brown. He's just running a nice little comeback, and you can get him wide open if they're sitting in the little cover 2. And of course you have that long post route by Sammy Coates. If you just let the play develop, look at that, Sammy Coates beating the cover 2, just about how much time they're willing to give you, but you always have that R1 and triangle check down. Now let's hop against a cover 3 Mabel. Show you the exact same thing. This is against the cover 3 Mabel. We have the R1 right there. Le'Veon picks up a block, picking up about 4 yards right there. You're going to want to try to throw it to R1 against the cover 3. So right here again, going to throw it to R1. Let Le'Veon try to give a little lead block, picking up about 3 to 4 yards right there. That's all you really want out of this play. Going up against the cover 3 again. Now we're going to let the play develop a little bit. So we saw the 2 checkdowns. Look at that, wide open across the middle. That is against a cover 3 Mabel, which offers the most zones from a base defense. That is what's so good about this, is that it can beat base defenses. So beginners and stuff, they might not be able to stop that. As look at that, the high post, Big Ben kind of overshot him right there, unfortunately. We're going to try that again just to show you that we can complete it to the high post. It wouldn't be a Savage tip video if I didn't mess up at least one time and get made fun of in the comments. But right here, you can see he cuts on that high post. There's the ball that we wanted from Ben originally, and as you can see, Sammy Coates can come down with it. Now we'll go against a man defense right here, and I'm going to show you exactly what you do against a man defense. You just got to wait for your mismatches. It's just pretty much when you go up against man defense, never try to force anything that you don't feel comfortable with. Now, in my opinion, when you're going up against man defense and you're trying to throw it to a check down, might not be the best decision. You kind of just want to find that high post, especially if that's your player that's going to have that high release, high speed combination, because normally that guy out there is going to be your number 2 receiver. My number 2 receiver is man of the month Julio Jones on Ultimate Team. So just think about that and think about him on that route. He would torch pretty much virtually any corner in the game. He is going to have the matchup with. As you can see, we already completed it twice to Coates, and it looks like we're going to beat him again, and that is against David Amerson. That is no baby cornerback. That is no trash cornerback. David Amerson is one of the better corners when it comes to athleticism and overall ability to play the ball, and look at that as we torched him 3 times, and once again, I'm going to show you that. Look at that right off the line with that release, that speed, that ability just to get upfield off of the glitchy little post. It's sort of like a double move at the post. He kind of goes out and then just shifts his body in to give him even more release, which is what you really like to see. Now, of course, you're going to be able to just dot your opponent up in the flats and stuff over and over again if they're coming out in those cover 2s and cover 3s. But like I said, don't think you can't go ahead and take a shot down the field. Just try to get the best. See, that time, Ben, that's why we gotta let Big Ben realize, like, okay, it's not the Super Bowl right now. We don't need that much. But you can just take those shots, and wow, now we're just getting pressured with Urban. But you can take those shots down the field if you want. See, like, we had R1, but look at that. Why? Don't always just think, okay, I'm going to go deep. Try to dot your opponent up in the flats. But if they're going to come out in these little base defenses that are legitimately like Swiss cheese, you can go ahead and take those shots at them. You can throw the ball. If they're coming out and you see a linebacker on a receiver, don't hesitate to throw that ball. Now, of course, you're going to sometimes throw interceptions. That's just what's going to happen and stuff, and you're going to get drops like that all the time. It's just stuff you have to work around with the game. But for the most part, if you just want to get those consistent yards and such, you can dot them up in the flats right there. I didn't throw it to R1. I just tried to see what Le'Veon could do, even though I'm not really too, as a Steelers fan, I'm not really liking Le'Veon that much. But you can see, it's just very, very consistent. It's very, very easy too, and it almost looks just too easy. It's just a very simple play mechanic that you can just devour your opponent in the flats, over the top. Like, it's just so money. Like, look at that. Like, X getting open across that little slot slant right there. Bro, I hope this does help you guys out. If it does, be sure to give this a like, comment, share it with your friends. Let them know, hey, if you're struggling, bro, Savage got your back. Always subscribe if you're new. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and bye-bye.